It's a fucking war movie!
Well, we're overdue for a somber episode.
You're right. If this weren't also a movie about cockroaches, kind of hard to pull the somber card on sentient bugs. You've seen Starship Troopers.
1, fuck you, Troopers was the shit. 2, this from the guy who derailed a review to cry about baseball.
I was annoying. Not my fault nobody got it.
Don't pull that nobody got it bullshit. My fault for not catching it, but your fault for writing it in the first fuck place. Twilight of the Cockroaches is fucking gold. It hits before the cutoff date, old Taku will recognize it, and most importantly, there is nothing else.
We could do assemble insert.
No.
What's wrong with assemble insert?
Sage.
Okay, besides everything. At least it isn't a fucking war movie with cockroaches.
Sage, this is where the hammer drops. Suck it up, do Twilight of the Cockroaches.
Okay, fine, but do you have any idea how to make this shit funny?
It's not my fucking problem. I don't care if you do it upside down with your undies on backwards. Just get the shit done, and done on time.
Asshole. That's it. Ah, that's the ticket. Hello?
Sage, it's me. Just wanted to let you know that I love the show. But if you try to review me, I'll tear your asshole out through your eye socket. Hell, I might do that anyway. Sounds like a fun Friday night. Toodles!
It stinks! Hello, and welcome to Anime Abandon. Tonight we'll be looking at a unique and hard-hitting war film that depicts the harrowing nature of the current generation and their...
No, you're not.
The Duke, we're alive.
Boy, I own your show, I own your soul. Hell, I own the internet. Gore has a lousy poker face, by the way.
Your point, the Duke?
You're not turning this into some hoity-toity game of deconstructionist grab-ass. You're not Owen, citizen. You're aiming right here.
Here?
No, that's too high. You start from the bottom and work your way up. There ain't no passing here. Any higher than this, and it's do not pass go. Do not collect blip check.
But don't you pay me?
Check the check, boy.
Yeah, about that. Could you not pay me in pesos?
Son, if you were worth more than one whole American dollar, I wouldn't have bought you in the first place. The show was nearly Mars Girl abandoned.
Violence is coming, 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 violence is coming.
And it soon might if you keep giving me lip, boy.
Fine. Today we'll be making fart and wiener jokes at Twilight of the Cockroaches. Directed by Hiroaki Yoshida, who went on to direct nothing else, Twilight of the Cockroaches is a bold experimental film, casting the privileged youth of 1980s Japan as verminous cockroaches. What a stretch. Combining animation with live-action segments and backgrounds, the film is what you get when you cross Who Framed Roger Rabbit with Franz Kafka. In other words, the perfect film. Normally, I would feel bad talking over the movie like this, but since this is supposed to be a meditation on society and war, you can go to the post office and back and not miss anything. As anyone who's ever seen the master auteur, Ingmar Bergman, knows, when you're about to fall asleep is when the movie gets really interesting. This is our heroine, Naomi, a young cockroach who lives in a spoiled society of other roaches. Having lived their entire lives under the indifference of the human Saito, they have become fat and lethargic. I wouldn't know anything about that.
My name is Naomi. I'm a young cockroach, 19 in roach years. In all the time I've lived with my tribe, I've never experienced terror or a single incident of cruelty from our human host.
Did I mention this movie has a lot of downtime? The leaders of this cockroach utopia seem to be unconcerned, or perhaps ignorant, of their entitled position. Even on their Armistice Day, they turn a public gathering meant to remember those who served in conflict into a proverbial circle jerk of self-gratifying complacency.
Self-gratifying what now?
Complacency! God, the Duke, didn't you go to college?
I have people to do that for me.
3 generations ago, our great war came to an end. Now we take this opportunity to recall our glorious history, to learn from the lessons of the past, to avoid these mistakes in the future. This is particularly important for our children.
With us in the studio today, as always, to mark this most formal occasion, is our great leader.
To my fellow citizens, greetings one and all.
In the spirit of this joyous celebration, I'm sure you won't mind if I address you by your nickname, Sage.
Ah, Sage. What a silly nickname. Who would be so full of themselves and so pompous to call themselves that? It seems Naomi is at a sort of crossroads in her life. She's unhappily engaged to a good-natured but otherwise clueless cockroach named Ichiro.
Listen, Naomi, you and I have a lot of things to talk about at dinner tonight, which, if Sato's on schedule, should be Northern Italian with a delicate tomato and basil sauce.
As much as I enjoy this movie, I cannot help but wag my finger at the overabundance of product placement. My suspension of disbelief as I'm watching anthropomorphized cockroaches symbolize Japanese yuppie culture is utterly shattered every time my eye spies the brand in the background. For shame, movie. For shame.
This criticism is brought to you by Doug Walker's Dog Chocolate, now made with 100% real chocolate. That real chocolate taste that dogs everywhere are dying to eat. Doug Walker's Dog Chocolate. Warning, Doug Walker does not endorse this product.
Boy, I am not happy. You just hit the commercial break and you have yet to tell one poop joke. Hell, I don't think you even told one joke. Unless you count your face. Ha! I'm giving you free material right here.
The Duke, I'm trying to do a review here. But don't you worry, I got a joke lined up that'll make you laugh harder than Buster Keaton's Immortal the General. Duck soup? There's something about Mary.
Ha!
As the days pass, we learn more about Naomi's frustrating and unhappy life.
Naomi, don't tell anyone, but I'm giving birth next month.
What? Not again?
I've never had babies with Yasu before.
Gosh, you're gonna die giving birth one of these times. And I've yet to have my first litter. I wish I was pregnant.
Say, who wrote this script? Rush Limbaugh? Ah! Ha 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 ha!
Son, you don't talk about Uncle Rushy like that.
Well, I'm sorry, the Duke. It was just a... Wait, Uncle Rushy?
Do you realize what you just did? Now I gotta listen to him bitch about how his feelings were hurt when we meet up at the Cat Lovers Convention next month.
The Duke? Do you and Rush Limbaugh go to cat conventions?
Real men are cat people.
Naomi's world, idyllic yet boring as it is turned upside down when a roach from a neighboring house flies in. His world is one of constant conflict, his home a battleground between his tribe and a single Japanese woman.
His world was quite different from mine. A nation in a constant struggle for survival. A permanent battleground where roaches had to prove themselves in daily combat. A truly frightening existence. And yet, I found myself strangely attracted to Hans. He had such an air of mystery and sadness about him.
Ah, the dangerous, mysterious man. What woman can resist? It's why I tell my son if he sees a girl he likes, he should punch her in the face. He's very lonely. This handsome dark cockroach is named Hans, and after the local leaders parade him around to further instill their sense of privilege, he flies off, duty-bound to his tribe and to his people. His presence, though brief, stirs the passions of young, impressionable Naomi. Unable to restrain herself for long, she runs away from her life in search for the man she dreams of. It's a stirring love story, to be sure. One that springs to mind the many classic romantic literature of the past. A woman caught between the comfort and the familiar with forbidden taboo.
They're fucking cockroaches!
The journey ahead of Naomi is fraught with peril, but most dangerous of all are the constant reminders of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Well, little girl, what are you doing way out here?
Ew, a talking turd!
Are you prejudiced against droppings?
Wait, no, it's just that I never expect...
Sure.
No, really!
Everybody says that until they step in it.
Is this what you want, America? A talking turd?
A talking turd!
Yes?
Sage, Bubbler, how the hell are ya?
Oh, hi, Jeremy. I've been better.
Really? Oh, that's no good, mate. Why don't you tell your old pal Jeremy Locke all about it?
Well, it's about my show. The Duke has been on me to try and make it dumber so it's more accessible.
And you don't want to do that?
Of course not. This is my reputation we're talking about here.
Sage, if you were worried about your reputation, you wouldn't have entered that hot dog eating contest.
Kobayashi threw the gauntlet, Jeremy. I couldn't leave it lying there.
Listen to me, mate. You don't need to make your show dumber to make it more popular. You're reviewing anime, you were never going to be popular.
I know that, but try telling that to the Duke.
I'm not paying you to talk to your Australian boy toy, son.
For the last time, the Duke, I am not gay! Look, Jeremy, I gotta go.
All right, my little show pony, but can I give you one little piece of advice? Your bottom.
My what?
Your bottom half, mate. You're always shot from the chest up. Why not give the ladies something to talk about by giving them a profile shot?
That's a good idea, Sage.
Yeah, I don't think so, Jeremy.
Fair enough, it's your show. Cheers, Cobber.
Cheers.
Alright, now that you and Twinklebutt have settled on what sort of drapes you're gonna have in the guest room, can you get back to doing your damn job? I'm supposed to go skeet shooting with Rupert Murdoch in 20.
The clay pigeons can wait, the Duke.
Who said anything about clay pigeons? We're shooting buffalo on Ted Turner's land.
Naomi is reunited with Hans, and so begins the most torrid of love affairs. It is here that Naomi witnesses firsthand the true nature of the relationship between cockroach and man, and the cold reality is set in stone when she becomes ensnared in a roach trap, and it's only by the selflessness of her fellow roaches is she able to escape. This scene is easily the most intriguing sequence in the movie. Perhaps it is a visual metaphor. The young, naive Naomi, rescued by the doomed, tortured souls of those that came before her. We are here, affluent and happy as we are, because of the sacrifices of our fathers and grandfathers. It is indeed a most stirring scene, and certainly one that deserves more respect than having someone eat a stromboli through it!
What?
The reality that is made all too clear to Naomi soon visits the rest of the cockroaches in Saito's apartment. When him and the cockroach-killing woman see each other from across the way, she brings with her not only Naomi, but also the doom for every cockroach living there. Paradise can only last so long. And indeed, the haven that the roaches have been enjoying has dissolved into an all-out war. Their leaders killed, their population nearly wiped out, the roaches are on their last legs when Hans and his countrymen band together to deliver one last stand against their human opponents. Naomi, pregnant with what could be Hans or Ichiro's children, can only look on as her people are slaughtered. She manages to escape the apartment, and it looks like she is the only one to do so. But she has become a new hope for roach kind, bearing a litter of children that will carry with them their future. Truly, Twilight of the Cockroaches is a remarkable film, unique in its presentation and memorable in its execution, and I give it my highest rating possible, a 7 out of 10.
Wait, do you mean that, or are you doing more Jay Sherman shtick?
Alright, look, Twilight of the Cockroaches is more interesting than good. The meaning behind the film is sort of lost in the weirdness, but it's so captivating that it still manages to keep your attention. It's a unique film, no doubt about it, but it also has a miserably slow pace and can be kind of dull.
Does this mean I can stop talking like Ron White?
Yeah, I think the bit's over.
Oh, thank Christ. Okay, Benny boy, bring us home.
Well, I just wanted to say thank you for letting me have some fun this Halloween, and to let you all know that while some of my thoughts do line up with the critics, I do want to stress that...
Sage, pick up the laptop and face me towards the camera.
Okay.
Gabe. There we go. Next time, Fist of the North Star. Happy Halloween. Oh, and till next time.